Let's talk about house sharing in the UK. What is house sharing? House sharing is simply you sharing house with other people. That is, maybe it can be a 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom house or flat, and then you own one of the rooms or two of the rooms, depend, and other people will be in the other part of the room. And then you have the sitting room, the kitchen, the toilet. Sometimes you can have your own toilet. You share some of these common areas together. So let me talk about the benefit of sharing house. We're not about denying, covering up, and acting rich and posh on this channel. We're all about saying the truth, the reality, and just to help someone. When I came into the UK, I was in a shared house for 2 good months, and those 2 good months, they were not the best. I was in a shared house. It was a 5 bedroom house. Myself and my colleague, I got to the house first, and then over, I think, few weeks, one of my other colleagues that was coming to my home to work as well, I just encouraged her to come and stay in the same building because the house was there. And then getting house, especially in the part of Scotland I am, is very, very, very difficult. So getting that house, we're just looking for somewhere we can just start with. What are the advantages of living in a shared house? The first is, you're new in the country. You may not have all the necessary requirements, or you may not be able to find your own house when you're just new and you don't know anywhere. Nobody knows you. They don't trust you yet. I think a shared house would be your first, maybe your first cheaper option, apart from B&B, hotel. I've stayed in all those ones, so I know that having a shared house is way cheaper. Like when I was in that house, what I was paying was 450 because the bathroom was not in my room. My colleague who had her bathroom in her room was paying 550, so we're sharing bathroom. So I was paying 450, which is not still as expensive as what I was paying per day in the hotel or what I was paying per day in a B&B. So having a shared house is somewhere you can actually start life when you're in the country and you don't know anywhere yet, before your family comes, before you have your footing, and then find your own place. You're able to save more. Let's say where I'm staying currently, I'm paying 720, for instance. Like I've always told you, when I was in a shared house, I was paying just 450. So imagine what I was paying and what I'm paying now. I'll be able to have saved about, I think, 300 if I was not in my own house. So shared house can help you most of the time to save more, especially if you're single and you want to get on the property ladder. You can be in a shared apartment for a very long time, or sometimes you can even rent a flat, a house with your colleague. 2, 3 of you can share a place, as long as your landlord gives you the go ahead, and then you can share the apartment and pay the rent together, pay all the necessaries. Let's say, for instance, I'm paying 600 for my house now, and I have 2 other people who are ready to share house with me. We'll just be paying 200 each. You know what I mean? And you'll be happy. You're able to save more for you to even get your mortgage and get on the property ladder. So having a shared house can help you save more money. Another thing is, having a shared house and living with other people will help you to learn other culture, will help you to adapt more, because when you're living with someone else, you can easily ask them, where can I get this? Ask them for shop, ask them for direction, ask them for things that, especially if they're already in the country or if they're local, they'll be able to direct you if you ask them. So it will give you the sense of having a family, someone to talk to. You'll not be as lonely when you have someone you're sharing with, if the person is not going to be headache, if the person is not going to be very difficult. Because the experience I had in a shared house was not too good. The woman, she's Indian. No hate to any Indian. I've lived with Indian, I've worked with Indians, and they are great. But this particular woman, she's just very, very strange. She doesn't eat beef because she's Hindu, and because she doesn't eat beef, you must not cook beef. You cannot bring Maggi, any spice that's got beef in it. You cannot do anything. You must not have visitor, male or female. They must not step into her house. So you're just like as if you're in a secondary school. Even though you're paying, you can use her washing machine, you can use the stove, you can use the sink. There was a day she came up to me and said, "Gloria, did I use her dishwasher?" Just the liquid dishwasher, not even the washing machine, not even the dishwasher machine. She asked me, "Did I use her dishwasher?" I'm like, "Excuse me, what do you mean by did I use your dishwasher?" Because her family also comes in, and maybe one of her family has used it. I'm like, "Your dishwasher? I've got loads of dishwasher. How much is dishwasher? It's less than £1 in the UK." So things like that. You may have some landlord, and she's the landlord, she's the owner of the house, so she owns the building, and she felt it's hers, and then she's restrictive. You cannot do this. She's asking you, have you taken the garbage out, as if she's your mom. It was a very funny experience I had then. I was not happy at all. So that was why I actually decided to come and rent where I am. Even before my family came, I rented 3 bedroom and I was there alone, paying all the money. I know it was expensive, but because I was not too happy where I was. So you may have a good or a bad experience, depend on who you meet. It's just like everything in life. One person's experience cannot be the same with the other person's experience. So having a shared house can give you a sense of family, sense of belonging. I was with my colleagues, so we go to work together, we talk together, we prepared our OSCE exams together. So helping each other will be one thing you benefit from having a shared house. Let's talk about some disadvantages of having a shared house or living in a shared apartment, shared flat, whatever it is. One and most important disadvantage is you don't have your privacy. They will know when you're coming in, when you had your shower, especially if you don't have your attached bathroom. When you cook, these are always in your business. They may always intrude in your privacy, especially if you're the type that like your privacy. So you may not have all the privacy you want because you're sharing sitting room. I never went to the sitting room when I was in that house. You're sharing kitchen. They know everything. You know, they're just always in your business. It's just like face me, I face you. You just still feel as if you're still with your mom. It will be easier if your landlord is not living with you and you're still alone with maybe other young people or other people in the same category that you are. You know what I mean? So if you're living with those type of people, you may not find it so difficult. But if you're living with your landlord, who is the owner of the house and is going to be monitoring you, especially if they're older than you and they think they can be your mommy or your daddy, it may be a little bit difficult, but it may not be difficult as well. Because I know someone who is living in a shared house and she's really enjoying it. Her landlord is very good, is very friendly, is very welcoming. Another disadvantage of having a shared house is you will not have a lot of things. Because you don't have the space, you have only one room. Even when you see lovely things, sometimes actually in my community where I am, things go for free. We have an online group where things go for free. You cannot get those things because you don't have space to keep them. So you're going to be restricted to your one room property thing. You may not have more than your bed, your bag, few things. You will not be able to acquire as much as you want, but also depend on your taste, your lifestyle, and how you want your things to be. If you have family, you definitely cannot do that. Like if you're coming to the country with your family, with your children, your husband, your family in general, you will not be able to, you don't want to put them in a shared house. So it is basically for someone that is coming alone, or someone who is single, or someone who is not like with children, because most homes will not want you to have children running around in their house. You know what I mean? And then unless you're very determined, very focused, if you have a flat or housemate that is very extravagant, very out there, very party kind of person that loves to party, loves to buy extravagant life, they may influence you to do the same. You know what I mean? Because if you're living together, you will also want to fit in. You may also want to feel along, and then their life may begin to impact your life, and then you may begin to copy them a little bit, even knowingly or unknowingly. And one other thing is you may be living with somebody who is very difficult. Like there are some people that don't like anybody. Their life is bad, so they will make your life miserable. They will talk about you, they will frustrate you, they will complain about everything you do. So you may also have a very bad experience from living with other people, because they will just want to ruin your life, ruin your reputation. They will hate everything you do. They will complain. They will be petty about everything. So sometimes if you share a house, it may come out, you may not like it, the end result may not be that good. Does it make sense? So I'm going to be giving you a few tips to getting a shared house. The first place where you can get shared house is actually house share. I'm going to put the correct name on the screen. I think house share or flat share. There's a place in the UK where it's mainly for house sharing. Go to that website and look for room to share, or room to let, or room something. I'll just put the right name on the screen. Then I will advise you, before you pay anybody, make sure you've seen the property. Especially if you're in the country already, maybe you're in a flat, you're in a house, you're somewhere and you're thinking of having a shared apartment, you're in a hotel. Make sure you see that place before you try to pay. See the place, see the room they're talking about. Look out for central heating, double glazing. I've said it before, I say central heating, double glazing, so that cold will not remove your teeth when it's winter. You want to check that they've got double glazing, they've got central heating, your door has got lock behind. Because one thing I noticed in UK homes or UK houses is most of the doors, even to the bathroom. I was in one B&B and even the bathroom did not have a lock behind. Nothing. My room did not have a lock at all. Like nothing. Nothing. thing. I discover when I go to work and I come back, my room is more tidy than I left it. They will come into my room and they will clean it because it's their home. House sharing, some rooms may not have lock behind, the bathroom may not have lock behind. If you think you're not going to be safe, please make sure you don't take those type of houses. I know some homes should be safe for you to live in, most of the homes, but you don't know the house you're going to get. And make sure you're looking out for those things. If the door does not have lock behind, please, if you're not comfortable, complain. But if you think you'll be fine, so be it. And your deposit when you're paying, like the house I was before, when I was in a shared house, I was only lucky the woman paid me my deposit, but it was after a month that she was able to pay me my deposit. My colleague up to today has not gotten her deposit because the woman just collected the money. There was no evidence, no receipts, nothing, and the woman did not put the money in deposit account. For instance, my present landlord, when I was renting my house, there's a safe deposit Scotland or safe deposit account where they'll put the money you deposited. I deposited 700 when I was renting this building. So if I'm leaving and I damage anything, they will deduct the money from that. But if I've not damaged anything, I will get that money back. They're supposed to put the money in safe deposit Scotland. For the we that are in Scotland, it is called safe deposit Scotland. And every year, even this year, I've received message to say my money is still with them. Am I still happy? So if you're living, Safe Deposit Scotland will be the one to give you your money directly. All you need is just approval from your landlord to say you can get all your money back. Speak to your landlord, speak to your landlady. You guys should understand your terms and conditions properly. Don't just jump into moving into the building and then at the end of the day you're stuck. Another tip I'm going to give you is that you should be open-minded, be ready to learn, be ready to share, be ready to learn other culture, other people's belief. If you're going to be living in their space, you need to be open-minded, to be ready to learn, to be very accommodating and learn to even correct people constructively so you don't just come buzz, you know. So these are some of the things that you will need to do if you're going to be sharing a house anywhere in the world, especially the UK. And one last thing I'm going to tell you is to remember to update your address when you're moving out. When you're moving to your own space, remember to update all your address, because imagine that you've left that place and maybe you've left in not a so good time. Your landlady was not happy with you and then you left. You refused to update your address. You did not call your bank to say you've moved. You did not call your car company. You did not call even your tax company. You did not call everybody. You did not inform them or message them to say you've moved from that address and this is your new address. And then they begin to send, because in the UK every day, almost every day, you get a mail through. Somebody is dropping paper through your mailbox and you're getting a lot of information, important information. Even just today I just got a check from tax HM revenue because I overpaid tax when I was paying my tax throughout last year, and I got my check today. Imagine that you have not updated your address and then they send that check, or they send something that is very, very important to you, to your career, to your future, to your life, and then they send it to that old address and you've not updated it. Your landlord is going to put it in the bin. So remember to always update once you move. Think of everywhere you've had your address, your phone, everywhere, and update your address. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and I'll see you again in another video. Please remember to subscribe. It's free. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for always watching me. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.